So I'm gonna be playing Starfield. Um, if you haven't played Starfield, there might be some spoilers. I've played some of the mission already. Not a lot of the mission. I've played mostly side missions, so I haven't done a lot of the main story yet. For some reason, I decided to focus on making more money and trying to get a better ship and all that. So right now, uh, I'm gonna be in Neon City on a side mission. I'm not exactly sure what mission it is that I was playing last time when I stopped playing, which was yesterday, I think. I'm playing a lot of the game. I didn't think that I was gonna like the game as much as I did, but turns out that I do, and so I've been playing it a lot. So that's a plus. I'm also playing it on Game Pass Cloud service, so xCloud. So we'll see how that holds up through the game.
Got any spare creds? I can always take them off your hands. Hey, Chief, you got any creds you can spare? I don't need a job. I've got my own business. Also, I just want to put it out there, Chief, but I'm not asking for a handout. I always do my best to return the favor. Street's honor. Think of it as an investment, not a donation.
We've been panhandling for long.
About 6 years. I bet you could tell by how good I am at it. It took a lot of practice and some work on my messaging. But if you got any feedback, Chief, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I don't like calling me Chief. You don't need any tips from me. I don't know, beg pardon. Still calling me Chief.
Sorry about that, Chief. It's a habit, you know? Crap, I did it again.
Okay.
Presently, no. Pastly, no. Futurely, it's a work in progress. Depends on how this fiscal quarter goes. But it's gonna take a lot for me to upgrade. I found a primo spot next to the troll store. I got a roof over my head and all the garbage I can eat. I can't eat everything they throw out, but I can eat enough.
Alright. I think it's going to know if it's fun anything. I just want to get good at panhandling.
You want to know the trade secrets, huh? I don't blame you. It's a lot like real estate. Location and timing are big. You gotta be visible, but not so much that people call the guards.
Alright, and let's see that one.
Oh, I totally
did.
The
actual mission.
Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. That won't happen with this slate. It's like wind-resistant.
Give you slate. You can find your old spreadsheets and extension. No.
I do. I write them on napkins you get from the eateries, and I use sauce packets for ink. It's not a perfect system, but it's pretty damn close.
Okay, I get it. You're poor. I can find your. I guess I'm gonna have to find the spreadsheets.
That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate.
Alright, let's get to work. Oh, the break area. I wonder what break area. Oh, right here. That's it. More boxes. There it goes. Earning 60 credits, expenses 82 credits, previous month surplus. Oh man, she's spending more than she makes. It's not good business. Here. There we go. Still in the red. One more. Yeah, a little bit. Let's do it. There it is. Still in the red, but getting better. Let's go back to her. Slate back.
Got any creds
Girl,
to hint you?
got your slate back.
Wow, that's real class of you,
Spreadsheets, not
Chief.
slate.
A
I'm trying to
plus
get a
stuff.
slate from her.
Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway.
Thank you. So return this thing. So Starfield clearly, obviously, has been a game that people have been, you know, going crazy about. Some people for good reasons, other people for bad reasons. And I don't know. I personally, obviously, there's been huge hype around the game, right? The expectation of what it was gonna be. Bethesda was very tight-lipped before the game came out. People who are big fans of Bethesda games obviously were waiting for the game to come out and very excited about the game coming out. I personally am not a huge Bethesda games fan. I haven't really played like Fallout. Never played. I've never played any of the Fallout games. They've never been something that got my attention. I think I played uh, one of the older RPGs that they make, Elder Scrolls. I think I had a roommate who had the game, and I watched and played it a few times. It looked like fun, but wasn't either something that I was like very interested in playing, so I never really played it. Come on, get out of the way. So this is technically my first Bethesda game I'm playing, and the setting is good. I mean, space, so that kind of makes it cool. But the game itself has a lot of pros, and I think it also has a lot of cons. I know, like, I think IGN got a lot of flack for giving it a 7. I think it was, and I mean, honestly, the game is about a 7 or 8. All right, if we're being honest, if you actually have played this game has a lot of good going for it, but it has also a lot of decisions that seem dumb and half-baked and very like pretty arbitrarily made. I guess that's how game companies work either way. But I don't know. I think that a 7 or 8 is not a bad score for this game. It's not a 9. It's not a 10. I think a 7 or 8 is where it should
Make
be.
it quick. I have a deadline. Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief.
It's money. 100 credits. Not enough for what I'm trying to do here, my friend. Those. Need about 12,000 more credits to buy the ship I want to buy. So yeah, so I've had fun with the game. I've played this game. The other day I looked it up. It was about 48 hours and change. So about 2 days and change. And I've done a lot. So I'm gonna tell you what I think is really fun about the game. All right, and then we'll talk about what I think can be improved about this game. What I really like about this game is that you're not forced to do the story in order to move forward in the game, and that you're able to do pretty much anything that you want to do in the game. And proof of that is that I've been able to I'm on level 15 now, almost level 16. I've had tons of credits. My weapons are pretty high in level, so pretty much any mission that I do, I can go in and just wipe the floor with the enemies, which can be a good thing, could be a bad thing depending on how you like playing the game. And then the other thing that I like about is that you have a lot of customization with the way you look, the clothes that you wear, all these things. So, sorry, I had one more. Neon. Um, is that down? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what my neon. I had another mission in neon. I know I saw that one down here. Free Lennon Strickland runs on database. No. No. Not this one. I know this one. Loose ends. That's one. Okay. Okay. I think this is. I think this is the one. Anyway, so like I was saying, so I like the fact that you can play the game as you want to, and you don't have to touch the main story. Besides having to play at the very beginning, at the very beginning you have to play the main story. At the very beginning, you even have someone that's related to the main story as your main companion. But that person won't force you to go do the missions. They'll just come along and they'll actually go with you whatever to do whatever you say you're doing. So that's also good. Um, and the fact that you can unlock a lot of stuff fairly quickly within the game. Again, that you're not forced to follow a pattern to do the game.
So
I
you're
like the
telling me I
combat
have to take
in
my
the
entire
game.
load of alcohol back to New Atlantis?
I think the combat is not bad.
No, no, no! Hey, wait! You were there? when those security assholes nabbed me. Please, have a heart. You need to help me. Am I guilty? No. I mean, yes, yeah, I'm hypothetically involved in Aurora smuggling. But who isn't, right? What's going on here is about more than some bullshit charges. Thank you. Oh, God. I gotta admit, I'm freaking out here. I've lost my job. I've lost my creds, and if I don't square things with Yannick Legrand, I'll lose everything else. Everything. Yannick is expecting a package. Really not so legal package. If you deliver to him, he'll know I'm loyal. Don't worry, Yannick's loaded. He'll take care of you. I, don't. But you are my last and really only chance. Security won't give you a second look. It'll be fine. So please, just deliver the package. My crate's on block O2 in Ebside. My authentication code is Alpha 3 Kilo 4. Just tell the manager and she'll key you in. The package is there, everything accounted for. Just take that to Yannick and hopefully this damn nightmare will be over.
Okay. Right out. So like I was saying, I like the combat. Um, the AI is pretty good. I would say it's sometimes AI can be really dumb, and the AI here I would say is average. It has its moments. The uh the I like the fights in 0G. When you're fighting in 0G is really cool because you're floating, and there's times where you have somebody coming towards you, while you're floating in 0G, and you can get away from them by just like kind of like floating away from them, and that changes the way the combat is 100% from when you're inland. You're like floating in the air, and you can hide behind things really quickly, or the enemy can hide things behind things really quickly. Things are floating in front of you. If you throw like a mine, for example, the mine will float in the air and attach to the to your enemy, for example. And so that changes the way you do combat, and that change is pretty fun. So I would
I
say
have
I
some
will.
sleep crate units available for rent, but be careful around here. Not everyone that stays in our sleep crates are reputable. If you're struggling, sleep crates are the budget accommodation choice of Neon. It's tight, it's got a smell that's an acquired taste. If you're in the market for a sleep crate, they sadly sell themselves because they're very, very cheap. That they do. It's the families that really get me. And when those families can no longer even afford a sleep crate, well, that's just my favorite part of the job.
Yeah,
You have the proper authorization code, and I'll let you into any place you like.
I do.
I might even throw in a thank you. You look like the type that might appreciate it. I got it. I got it. And authentication is all green. Look for C153.
Why are you getting so
Before
pissy
you
with
go,
me?
I'm going out on a limb here and assuming your account's more flush than my usual clientele. I've got some evicted crates set up to go to the dump. Might be full of week old Kazambas, or it could have the original Miguel Rafael Bailamos. Only one way to find out.
Miguel Rafael Bailamos. What the hell is that even mean?
In art school, I heard a rumor that Rafael's son sold Bailamos to some UC magnate. The fire was a cover up. Imagining a piece of Freestar history in some Deimos Corporation boardroom? Wars have started for less. Man, it's nice to talk about something real. You've made my day.
Okay.
A brilliant piece of art. It celebrates when the colonists first broke ground on Polvo. The vids make it look stunning, all done in charcoal from the embers of their first fire. Well, so the story goes. Nice to be able to use my art history degree for once. Pro tip, when your parents say there ain't no use for a degree, they aren't lying.
Uh, sure.
Great. Unit C203 is now keyed to you. Best of luck.
Like I was saying, so combat, yeah, combat. It's about, I will say, if I had to score it in a scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a 6. The, then we have the other thing that I really like about the game is being able to travel in space. So being able to travel in space is, to me, is pretty cool. The fact that you can go anywhere, pretty much pick any planet that you want to go to, and you know, see what's there. Either take missions, look around, take resources, things like that. That's pretty fun. Some, of course, the fact that sometimes when you go to a planet there's nothing in it but maybe creatures or just totally desolation is weird, and that can get boring sometimes. But I personally have not find it boring. I don't mind exploring places. I don't mind walking around in a bare planet and seeing what's in it. So that exploration portion of the game to me is fun. Um, oh, I gotta go back. So that's what the fun part for me is, and I don't have any issues not being able to travel from planet to planet, kind of like you do on in No Man's Sky. I know a lot of people were complaining that they didn't like the fact that they couldn't go to places in from planet to planet like they did in No Man's Sky. I prefer the fast travel aspect of the game. Makes it easier for me. I don't have to worry about being traveling from one planet to another planet for hours on end to get there, and then there not being anything in it, or those kind of things. So I like that fast travel aspect of it. So those are the things that I like about the game. The things I dislike about the game are going to be obviously a mixture. And so, first thing is the fact that there are no vehicles in the game. The fact that there are no vehicles in the game to me is really a big mistake. And the reason is because, sorry, I was checking that my audio was right. And the reason is because when you get into these places, like I said, that you're walking around for a long time, and if you're carrying a lot of things, then the problem becomes that you don't have enough oxygen, and so you cannot you cannot walk very fast. You have to walk very slowly, and that becomes an issue because when you're walking really slowly, you have a lot of things. It takes you longer to traverse the world, I personally haven't walked any worlds from one end to the other. I don't have a reason for it. I just went around for a bit. I probably wasted half hour to an hour in a planet where there wasn't anything, just walking around and looking at the resources in the place and cataloging the resources in the place and all these things. And also very dorky, but I found that to me that was fun. And again, I was expecting it to be a fun activity, but turned out to be a fun activity. And so that that to me is a thing that they really should have made sure that they had a vehicle in place that you could use in order to get your to go from one place to the other. And there's different theories on why they haven't done it, right? There's a lot of loading screens, and that is true. That is something that it's not that I don't like it. It's not really that annoying because thankfully, thanks to the SSD on the Xbox, which is what I used to play the game, everything's really fast. Even though you get a loading screen, the loading screen is pretty fast. But so it doesn't really bother me that it's there. It would be nicer if it wasn't there, but it's not a to me a game breaking experience that you have these loading screens. Just talk to this guy really quick.
Oh, yeah, right. You're with Nesher. I see the family resemblance. You're practically twins. I know he got pinched. So if you are some undercover neon security goon here to shake me down, beat it. Yannick's no one's mark. Well, Nesher wouldn't work with it. Huh, unless he had no choice. What is this about?
Alright, dude.
Oh, really? Huh, fascinating. So Nesher came through. Might be he's less crappy than I gave him credit. Who am I kidding? He's a bottom feeder. But when all the good fish get gobbled up by corporations, sickly minnows are all that's left. Take the creds. I am known far and wide for my generosity. Ask anyone. Are you now? Interesting. You look like talent. Serious talent. And no one knows you. Yes. You are looking at the one and only maker of Yannick's blend. It's potent.
Blend.
It's good.
I've talked to this guy before. He makes a special drink. It's supposed to be super popular
But you
in
may
Neon.
be a solution. I'm thinking a new, cleaner, smarter operation.
I
With
wanna work
you
for you.
working for me. Ah, and smart. I like you. Blend needs Aurora, yes? And Aurora is
Yeah,
totally
I'm not doing
illegal
that. I'm not.
outside of the
I already tried that. I already tried doing illegal stuff, and I got pinched, and they
If
took
the
all my
Rangers
stuff.
catch you with
It wasn't
Aurora
a
on
fun
ship,
experience,
boy,
so I'm
that's a
not.
long
I'm not
time in the clean.
doing that
And
again.
if the great Benjamin Bay
Took all my
finds
stuff. They
you're
took my
selling it on
money.
the streets, even
No,
bigger trouble.
I've been
But
playing
so
for a
far,
while. When I got caught, I was
I
like,
have outsmarted them all.
hell no.
And together, we can keep making loads of credits and making a fool of the great man Bayou at the same time. This man thinks he owns Neon, the only player on the board. But he is too good to look in the gutters where the real people live. So Yannick can carve out his own kingdom and screw Bayou. Now you do. So I have a proposal, yes? Nesher's worthless to me now. Loyal, yes, but he'll be watched from now
I'm not
on.
gonna do this.
Useless. And my
I'm
other
gonna say
employee,
no to you, sir.
Felix Sadler, makes Nesher look like a genius. I think it is time Felix Sadler takes a vacation. Permanent. Off-world. Or maybe he tragically falls into the ocean, I don't care which. But you deal with him, and you become very valuable to Yannick. It is called delegation.
That's pretty cold.
You make the right call, yes? Felix sacks up in some dingy warehouse in Ebside. You will find him there.
I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Guy. Let me fix the volume on the game. I think it's a little low.
Give Felix my regards.
Okay, that should help. Okay. Let's go. So anyway, so like I was saying, that's that those are my that's another issue with me. So loading screens don't bother me. The reason that Todd Howard gave for not having vehicles is because the devs wanted people to see the world and to admire the world while they walked around, and that seems like a lame excuse, in my opinion. Because they have all these such big worlds that, of course, is that in here? No. They have these big worlds that, of course, they're too big to just walk in. So vehicles to me was a necessity. A huge missed opportunity is with Vasco, which is the robot that follows you around. He's supposed to be your friend. As you can see here, I'm not playing with Vasco here. So that's the other thing that I like, is you have companions with you like Vasco, but you don't have to take them with you alone. Like you're not forced to have them with you the whole time. So you can tell them, hey, stay here, I'm gonna go do my thing. And I like that because Vasco is not it's not super helpful, and to me eventually gets annoying because I like carrying a lot of stuff. Again, I'm a hoarder, so I carry a lot of stuff in the game, to my own detriment, I must admit. And so Vasco is always making a comment on, "Oh, you're carrying too many things, and you can really walk and blah blah blah." And it's like, okay, well, I don't really care. I'm good, and so that gets tiring. Then I had a lot of times. Oh shit. Then I had a lot of times where Vasco gets in front of me, in front of me while I'm doing stuff. Like if I was shooting these people, he might get in front of me, and then I will like shoot him by mistake. You don't kill him, but he would be like, "Oh, enemy shot me" or something. Or like I want to talk to someone, and then he'll get in front of me when I want to talk to the person. So it's not the most intuitive companion. That is pretty annoying. So I don't play with Vasco anymore. That's my companion. Because of that reason. What's this guy? Okay. So I think Vasco was a missed opportunity. They should have done a better job with him as a companion and how he communicates with you and all this.
You were awesome! Did you see yourself? Those Sioka Syndicate freaks had no chance! Yannick came through! That asshole rescued his boy! Tell him I won't forget, we are tight! Like I have any goddamn idea? But they'll regret messing with Yannick, yeah? What? Yannick's firing me? That's what this is? Off-world? Just pack up and go? No, that can't be right. I mean, Yannick's screwed without me. We had big plans. Big! Tell you what. Screw Yannick. I hope the Syndicate string him up and execute the bastard. And screw you too. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, I feel so honored to know you and how you're saving me from my own damn life. You expect me to just... I mean...
Come on, dude.
After what you did to all the... All right. Sheesh. I'm leaving. Tell Yannick I'll miss him. Or maybe not.
Alright. So let's see what these people have in their pockets. So that's the other thing I don't like. Vasco, missed opportunity to have been used better. I hope that on the expansions they do something with him besides just having him literally follow you and sometimes get in your way. Because when he gets in your way, it's not a very fun experience. I don't like that there's no maps. There are absolutely zero maps for the planets that you visit. They're like just like literally like a blue map. Here, I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. So open. That's not open. Oh, it's sprayed out for some reason. Alright, let me get out of here and I'll show you. But see, but even here, I'm in this city, right? And I've been here, this is my second time here. I haven't explored the whole place yet, because as you can see, it says surveyed, 88%, but I haven't found any of the fauna or resources in the world, sorry, I found two resources, but no fauna in the world yet. So right here, that shows you that if I wanted to get around this place, the only way I can get around this place is by walking the whole thing, and then making sure that I don't miss on things and that I remember where things are. All right, so I just want to make sure that the sound was coming through. What should we go here? So the lack of maps is clearly is a way of forcing the player to explore.
Bad part of town, buddy.
What?
I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you. A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hypo whatchamacallit. They seriously did that.
Very bloodthirsty.
Poor Ted. Hey, it's your ass, not mine on the line. Whole area's gone to hell. Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad. I mean, yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live.
Yes, that's nice. They'll rob you blind, but they let you live. It's got a point.
Angels. Sure. So, being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life.
No.
What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
1,000 credits?
Can't blame a fellow for trying, right?
Sorry. Yeah, so the lack of a map in a place like this, where I'm technically forced to walk the whole thing because the devs decided that, hey, we're just gonna make players walk around the city and technically memorize where things are or look up around at the signs to figure out where they are. If you're thinking of immersion and figuring things out in the city like you do in real world, fine. I'll give you credit for that. But at the same time, this isn't the real world. It's a video game, and it will be nice to have a way to find things quickly, opening a map. Or maybe the map uncovers as you walk the city, right? And then you know what parts you've uncovered, what parts you haven't uncovered. Like if you wanted to give the player that same concept of learning things and figuring it out and kind of looking, like I said, at the signs and things like that, uncovering the map, kind of like Assassin's Creed does, or many games do uh, doing that way, that will achieve the same thing, and it will make it so the player at least knows where to go when they come back again, because you keep going back and forth between places, so you're not always in one place. So like when I'm in Neon City, but then you go to Atlantic City or New Atlantis, and so you're jumping from one place to the other, and you got to remember where these buildings are, and it's just dumb. It's just, to me, it's a huge oversight to not have a map for your players. Yeah, despite whatever you want, I think a map is basic gaming design. So that's something that annoys me. And it's not only for the cities. Let me see if it lets me pull it up. No, it's still not. It's also when you're in a barren world. And I get, in a barren world, uh, there's not much to find. I mean, keyword being barren. But again, if I'm exploring a world, I want to know how much of it I've explored, right? How far I've gotten, where I walked the last time, so I don't walk the same areas over and over again. But for some reason, yeah. So I hope that they do something about that in future updates.
Your secret safe.
The HDR on Xbox is broken. Is not good at all, and like it makes the screen look milky, like white, like blacks are gray, almost like light gray, and that it's really annoying because of the presentation of the game. Like I'm looking at the game on my laptop right now, and the game on my laptop, not playing at 4K, all right, because it's 1080p, without any HDR, looks a lot better than playing it in 4K HDR on the Xbox Series X. That is a problem when this is supposed to be a next gen system selling game, which, as we know, it has moved units, it has done great for Xbox,
gonna take a while.
but it has done it just on the hype of the game. But when you get down to nuts and bolts and look at the game, the presentation of the game isn't good because the freaking HDR isn't optimized correctly for what it's supposed to be, which it's weird.
Shit! No, I do not. But I will find out. You'll get results. Like me. Well, hopefully not too much like me, right? So, now, new business.
The facial expressions are pretty much all the same. The graphics are pretty good. I've seen graphics of what graphics can look like for Bethesda games.
Soon there will be angry customers.
And they're so bad. So I'm glad that the graphics are much better in this game. Like you can tell that the new engine looks better. But the NPCs' facial expressions are pretty much all the same. Eyebrows always go up. Eyebrows go down. Sometimes they do this frowning. See, he just did it there. And every time they talk, the lips do move with the words, which is cool. No, like it's pretty believable the way they do it.
I said he wanted to protect them, that it was safer if no one knew. No matter how.
So yeah, so that's the other thing that I
climb
don't
up.
like about the game.
Very frustrating.
I feel like the limit of things that you can carry is a little too limited. I obviously don't want.
Maybe.
I don't need
No
it to
longer
be
important.
infinite. I like the mechanic of hey, you're
It's
carrying too
time
much
for you to
stuff.
become a productive
Drop
member of
some
society
so you can,
get a
you
job
know,
at Xeno
have enough
Fresh.
oxygen when you walk around.
Here,
It's a good dynamic, but I feel like it's like there's not enough room to carry
And your
things.
new name is
And I can't remember what the limit is. We'll take a look at it right now.
Ah,
But it's really
nice to
easy
meet
to
you,
go
Riley.
over that limit.
So you apply
Especially
there to work in
the other
production.
thing that I don't like,
You
and
know how to make
might contradict a little bit with my original
simple
point of the game letting you
They
figure things
expect
out and play
everything
as you
to
want to
basic.
play. But there's pretty much zero tutorials on this game. Like very rarely did I get a button prompt when I was playing. Like I had to figure out everything on my own. Like how do you jump? How do you use the jetpack? How do you grab things and move them? Like all that I had to figure out either by trial and error or going on the internet and searching it and being like, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I understand the whole idea. Hey, you go out there, figure it out, play the game like you want to, learn it. But basic tutorial of besides a typical this is how you walk, this is how you look up and down, it will be helpful, right? Like I stole a ship, I killed the occupants, and I took the ship, and I had baddies in the ship from the people that I had killed, and those baddies were in my ship for days because I didn't know how to get rid of them, and everywhere that I went. And every time I left the ship and I came back into the ship, the bodies were sitting right there where they had died. And it was the weirdest thing because I would talk to people like I'm talking to this guy, and in the background, you will have the dead bodies just laying there. And so I couldn't figure out how to get rid of them. And the way I figured out how to get rid of them was by going online and reading it up and how to grab something, move it, which is what you have to do with bodies. And they still didn't really specify how to get rid of the bodies. I just got them really close to the main door of the ship, and then when I went into New Atlantis one time, I spent a lot of time in New Atlantis, and then when I came back, the bodies were gone. But I had been in New Atlantis before, when the bodies were where I had left them, and that hadn't happened. So clearly, moving the bodies close to the door worked somehow. So that's the other thing, is that there's not enough of a tutorial for people to learn the game, and even if you're trying to make people have this whole freedom idea, I think that giving the option of having a tutorial on or off would go a long way for people like me who's never played one of these Bethesda games before,
Very strong, very powerful. Legal, for the moment. Nishar said one of the interview questions is about this.
So that's the things that I think if they get fixed,
of course they will.
The
Only
game
best for my
will
junior,
be a lot
very
better
junior
of a game.
partner. Actually,
But right now,
associate,
as it
more like
stands, if I was to review this game, if I was to give this game, which I guess I kind of have done a little mini review while I was playing,
Of course you can. So you need
And
to put
so-
on your best suit, Riley, and make a good impression. Nishar's
I guess
contacts
if I
will
had
be
to
looking
score
for
it, I would
someone
give
like
it
you.
a.
So find them. Then we line
I will
up
give it a
more
7 or 8.
Aurora,
Like I
and
said at the
profits
beginning,
will
I don't think
flow.
the IGN was too up. And look, I'm not a IGN supporter. I don't like IGN reviews. I think IGN does. The reviews are usually very, very tilted towards the game publisher. I don't know why. I'm assuming probably they want to have good relationships with the publishers, which I mean that's not your job, right? At the end of the day, IGN is supposed to be a journalistic type of place for games, and so you shouldn't have to be kowtowing to the publishers and giving them always glowing reviews even when the games are trash. But in this case, I don't think that IGN got it wrong. An 8 out of 10, one is not a bad score, and it fits this game. And like I said, because of all the things that are not on this game that I feel should have been on the game, like freaking maps, could bring the game down to a 7. And so, and I don't think that a 7 is a bad score either. I don't know why people were so up in arms, like, oh, you gave it a 7, blah blah blah. So come on, 7's not that bad. It's a above average game. It's not an excellent game. It's a good game. So an 8. All right, let's settle on an 8. I'll go for an 8. That's what I give this game so far. 48 hours in. I've only played 3 or 4 of the main missions. Done a lot of side missions, a lot of exploring. I'll give it an 8. I have fun.
Yeah.
So I've been playing it every single night for the last since it came out. So
You didn't hear this from me.
it's gotta say something, right, about the game. Actually, I don't want to continue here. I want to go to one of the main missions. Get back to the ship.
Blasted in space dust.
Ship. Where are you, ship?
Our certified technicians will quickly and painlessly alter your physical makeup. In time here on Beyond. Our beds are
You know, I have more things to say.
and with a
What
crime rate of only
is...
60%, your safety is almost guaranteed. So go out, have your fun, live your best life. We'll be here when you're ready.
What was it? See, this is the thing. Like, I know I visited a place where I can sell stuff before when I did a previous side mission, but there's not a map, so I cannot look at a map to see where I went before. I have to walk around and look at all these businesses to see which one was the one that I need to go, that I want to go into. There it is.
Got those two.
If you're looking for supply, we're fully
And
stocked
that
and ready
is
to
kind of
sell.
annoying.
Of course. I have
Okay, so some weapons. I want to keep this. I'm just gonna keep that. Spacesuits. I'll keep those. Helmet, apparel. Okay. Miscellaneous. Nope. Resources. See, I don't know exactly what I need from here. I guess I can get rid of this. Have a bunch of this. Bunch of that. Gonna keep that. Get rid of that. Notes. What do we have here? Okay, none of that. Alright, that's it.
Much better, thanks for asking. I don't exactly know what you said to Dietrich, but he's certainly turned everything around. He's really stepped up and taken an active role in fighting Neon Security's corruption. He's even organizing the merchants' meetings with me. Best of all, I think we've become good friends.
Oh,
which is a
no.
rare thing to come across.
I'm
in this
happy
city,
for
I
you,
can tell you
James
that.
Newell. It worked out.
Watch your back out
Goodbye.
there.
It's got to go.
You could possibly find.
Hey, reform. I went to chef school. It's the same exactly.
Let's go into the unknown. I can make some more money though. And there's a ship that I want to buy on New Atlantis, which I think is 265,000 credits. Now I'm so close. I've been trying to buy it, but it's a Class B, and supposedly you cannot pilot a Class B ship until you get to a certain level. So I'm thinking, should I gamble it and just buy the ship and then see if the game lets me pilot it? Which I know the game is probably not gonna let me pilot it because I'm not at the level where I need to be to pilot the game. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, I should just wait. Yeah. So like right now I'm carrying a lot of stuff, so I can move. I think I'm gonna move my resources into the ship. But that's what I like. Even though I feel like you don't have enough room to carry things, and I feel like you should have more room to carry things, is that you get the ship that can carry things for you, and each ship has a different amount of storage that you can put things into. Your companion Vasco has room to carry things too. Your other companions, like this guy right here, who's my super fan, can carry things for me too. So you have that quote-unquote extra storage that you can use. So I guess that's good, but I don't know. I wish we had more resources. 12. There we go. See, I still have on my mass right here, shows 443 out of 140. So I only have 140 in mass that I can carry. And as you can see here, it looks like I have a lot of ammo. Ammo doesn't count. It looks like I have a lot of 8, but again, 8 is good to have because when you're in a fight, then weapons weight a lot, but I don't have a lot of weapons, spacesuit, all that. So I'm like way over the limit, and I don't have a lot of stuff. Like I don't have an inventory that's like bursting with things, right? So that's why I say that I wish that they will give us more room to carry more things. And you can make your, like, you can raise your oxygen level and stuff like that, but still, like, I'm on what level I'm on my oxygen levels. For example, let me show you here in physical. So my fitness oxygen, I can open rank 3, which gives me an extra 30%, but even the maximum sprinting and power attacks now you use significantly less oxygen. Okay, but how much more? But it doesn't really count. Doesn't really go towards your carrying things. I'm going into the eye, which is in the Alpha Centauri constellation, galaxy, I don't know what it's called. Area. Galaxy, I guess, right? So now I'm gonna get scanned because I just went into the world. If you're carrying contraband or anything illegal and you get caught, I'm gonna go to jail. It's not fun. It's pain when you go to jail because you lose everything you have, unless you hide it. So a tip: if you play this game and you ever get caught, save before save. I've gotten into the habit of saving. No, I'm not supposed to go here. Going to the eye, which is here. So I've gotten into the habit of making sure that I save, because once you go to jail, they take everything from you, and so you lose everything that you have. Everything that you've acquired is gone. which is not a fun experience. And so saving it, and if you get caught, what I was trying to say is if you get caught by the law, if you have the save, you can reload your save before you get caught. If you put everything in the storage of the ship, they won't take it. So if you have a ship that has a lot of storage and you can store everything you can, put it there. You can give it to your companions too. They won't take it from the companions. They will only take anything you have in your person. So that's a tidbit there. If you ever play the game, to do, so you won't lose your things. I like this animation. I guess another thing that I don't really like is the animation of docking is pretty cool the first few times you do it, but then when you've done it, I don't know, I probably dock to other things like 100 times or more now. It's pretty much the same animation every time. Same thing when you're gonna sit in your ship in the chair for your ship. Same thing. The animation is pretty much the same every time, and those animations do get a little boring.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the Black Sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet, a bigger one. This one has been in my list of possible artifact sites for a while, but the profile didn't quite match. Now that we've got more artifacts, the similarities are as clear as day. The ones we found, anyway. No telling what this is, but you can feel that excitement in the air, can't you? It's something important. So. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work.
Oh no.
Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit after this.
You're looking for the eye of the storm. Whole thing is a whirlwind, but getting to the source, need to wear your patience thick.
Okay. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go find this planet.
People say I need more hobbies.
That's so weird. You gotta undock or you won't be able to travel anywhere. I tried to travel some being docked and couldn't. Oh, something I didn't talk about. The space fights. The space fights can be pretty fun for the most part. But again, so far the space fights that I've had have kind of been the same. And so I kind of have an idea of how they're gonna go. Either I'm gonna lose because I am underpowered, or they're gonna win, and they're gonna win because they're overpowered, or I'm going to win because I am overpowered and they're gonna lose because they're underpowered. But there's not as much of a like a air dogfighting as you might have expected to be. I think they're pretty linear type fights. If it makes sense. Alright, I'm going to land in this planet and then I'm gonna call it because it's pretty late. I've been here before. Open your scanner. Yes, this I know. So as you can see, I've been here. I already scanned 6 out of 7 resources, 1 fauna, 1 flora. So yeah, I came here without knowing that I was gonna come here for as part of the mission. I came here while I was exploring this found place. I don't know which one's supposed to go though. Let's see. Follow distortions on the scanner. Alright. What distortions? Is that audio? I don't hear anything right now because I don't have the volume up on my thing. Oh damn! What's that? I should save it. I haven't saved this yet. Just have the autosave. That's the thing, if you forget to save, at least this thing auto-saves. Every time you get in the ship, every time you get out of the ship, the game will auto-save for you. So you won't have to worry about if you forgot to save your game, which is very helpful. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it here. So this was a late stream of Starfield because, you know, why not? I have nothing else to do, so I figure, hey, I'm gonna be playing Starfield, why not stream it and talk about the game? So that is it for me. If you watching this video later, thank you very much for watching it. Hopefully there's some information here about the game. Let me know in the comment section how you like the game. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the game if you've played it. If the little bit of gameplay that I did is something that you liked and want to try out the game, try it out. It's on Game Pass. I think Game Pass, what is it, $15, $17, $19, I think. I can't remember. I know the price went up right now, but it's worth it. It's better than paying $60, $70 for a game. And you can try it out, see how you like it, and if you don't like it, you can cancel Game Pass if you don't find anything else to play there. But that is it for me. Thank you very much for watching the stream. I will see you on the next video or stream. Goodbye.